Meet Amanda Gorman. Amanda Gorman, born March 7, 1998, in Los Angeles, California. She is an American poet and activist known for works that address Black identity, feminism, marginalization, and climate change. She gained international fame when she read her poem, The Hill We Climb, at the 2021 inauguration of U.S. President Joe Biden. Gorman and her siblings, including her twin sister, Gabrielle, were raised by a single mother, Joan Wicks, who was a middle school teacher. The sisters both had difficulties with speech. Amanda had an auditory processing disorder that made it hard for her to pronounce the letter R. By her account, she sought out poetry as an inexpensive means of expressing herself. Inspired by Pakistani activist and future Nobel Prize winner Malala Yousafzai, Gorman became a youth delegate for the United Nations in 2013. The following year, she was named the inaugural Los Angeles Youth Poet Laureate. In that capacity, she worked with the Country of Los Angeles Commission on Human Relations to develop youth programs. She self-published her first collection of poetry, The One for Whom Food is Not Enough, in 2015. Amanda enrolled at Harvard University in 2016, while Gabrielle pursued film studies at the University of California, Los Angeles. But the sisters found ways of collaborating, notably working on such projects as Rise Up as One in 2018, a short film by Gabrielle about an activism with Amanda reading a poem of the same title. In 2017, while still attending Harvard, Amanda became the inaugural National Youth Poet Laureate, and she toured the country reading new work, including Earthrise at the Los Angeles Climate Reality Leadership Corps training in 2018. Gorman graduated cum laude in 2020 with a degree in sociology. In 2021, Gorman became one of only a handful of poets, including Robert Frost and Maya Angelou, to recite a poem at the US presidential inauguration. She immediately captivated the audience with her poise and her stirring message, gesturing elegantly and employing wordplay to great effect. Gorman addressed a country grieving the losses of COVID-19 pandemic, shaken by George Floyd's murder in 2020 and reeling over the Capitol insurrection a few weeks prior. These events exposed how division sold violence and action and discrimination. She rallied listeners not only to set aside differences, but to unite, also to recognize that America was at a turning point when citizens must reckon with the country's harrowing history to redeem its founding ideals. Her words, being American is more than a pride we inherit, it's the past we step into and how we repair it. Gorman warned of the consequences of doing nothing, acknowledged her own presence at inauguration as proof of the country's ability to change, and finished with a call to look for inspiration in oneself. Amanda's words, for there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it. By the time Gorman uttered her last satisfying line, she was a celebrity, lauded throughout the world for meeting the moment. In the following week, she became the first poet to perform at the Super Bowl. Her poem, Chorus of the Captains, honors an educator, a nurse, and a veteran. She also signed a modeling contract and published a special edition of her inaugural poem. Later in 2021, Gorman co-hosted the Met Gala, the annual benefit for the Costume Institute at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City, with actor Timothy Chalamet, singer Billie Eilish, and tennis player Naomi Osaka. In addition, she debuted a children's book, Change Sings, a children's anthem, and published a collection of poetry, Call Us What We Carry, formerly titled The Hill We Climb and Other Poems. Meet Amanda Gorman.